Welcome to winter, and welcome back to my channel. This is Sky here to talk to you guys about how, yes, the winter energy has come in a bit early. It will really confirm itself as Jupiter moves into Capricorn, I believe on December 3rd. And yeah, it's come early. Again, this video will mostly apply to the Northern Hemisphere, as I know that in the Southern Hemisphere you are entering summer, but this could still be an interesting perspective to take. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the weather is super cold. Winter has kind of come early. There's all sorts of record-breaking cold temperatures. And this is because of all of the Capricorn energy we have coming in. The next few years are going to be very record-breaking when it comes to coldness and when it comes to the winter time as well as winter precipitation. Actually, if some of you didn't know, you can completely use astrology to weather forecast the planet's transits in relationship to the Earth, as well as the general archetypes that come in, are completely effective in forecasting weather. And Capricorn is one of the coldest signs, so we are going to be having Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in Capricorn for all of 2020, so there will probably be a very temperate, moderate summertime and extremely frigidly cold, icy winter times. And I kind of am not so much talking about the physicality of weather, but it's so much a part of the spiritual journey that does crop up during winter time, as things become more cold and as things really start to die away. It's interesting because yesterday on my channel I just had a video about the shadow self and the shadow journey, where I kind of went into some of the unknown aspects of it and sort of talked about it from a different perspective. So if you want to check that out, it's kind of a prequel to this video. Be sure to check out that video below and in the top right hand corner. But yes, the winter time is the natural shadow time, and if you've watched that video you would have seen me differentiate between shadow journey and journey of darkness. So I'm sort of talking from the perspective of shadow journey when we are looking at the parts of ourselves that are dying away, the parts of ourselves that, have had the end of their season, finding closure and embracing true closure for what no longer can stay so that we can be reborn again. This is the time where hopefully you have planted the seeds and you've seen the beginning, you've seen what needs to end and what needs to begin, and you've planted the seeds of beginning so that they can blossom during the spring. It's like the deepest seeds that are planted a little bit before this time are what grow and fertilize with the earth during the time of winter. So one of the most rewarding, beautiful things can be a healthy type of shadow journey during winter. And I wanted to make this to follow up as well to the previous video yesterday, because I feel like perhaps my tone about shadow journey and shadow self was kind of very much discouraging towards the whole entire shadow journey. And that is because there is a type of shadow journey that is very toxic in the spiritual community right now. And that's what I was kind of trying to emphasize. But as I also said in that video, there are plenty of shadow journeys that can be very rewarding, and it is so right for some people. So if you've come into a place where shadow journey is feeling right, and if you're watching this video, that could very much be a sign that it is, welcome to winter, and welcome to a time where things will be cold and where you will see around you the things that are old and outworn, and how you can still save and conserve and replace at the same time. These are big themes that we're working with spiritually during this winter. So basically the the fall season was quite short energetically, and I mean physically as well. I think that, we went really quick from like really deep summer to harsh winter, at least where I live. That is the case in the US. In a certain part of the US, it has definitely been the case. And this may not be true for everyone. But I also feel that energetically, the time of realizing what had to die, what had to let go, what had to release was a short opportunity. Okay, so there are maybe a lot of us still who are kind of in a flux with that and not really knowing, what do I need to let go of? What do I need to discontinue in my life? Or maybe you know exactly what it is, but it's been a little bit difficult to follow through, as we have an interesting activity between Jupiter and Neptune, making things a little bit grand and foggy and bright, and time is a weird thing right now as well, but it can be very healthy. A lot of what winter spirituality for me deals with, this is kind of a seasonal video as well, a lot of what winter spirituality deals with is a sort of like barren acceptance, okay? So we're not getting distracted by illusions of grandeur. We're not getting distracted by all of the falling things. You know, sometimes fall, the energy of fall and autumn with all the you know, beautiful orange and brown and, you know, brightly colored leaves, there can be a sort of hyper reality about it, in the sense that we can lose ourselves in a type of tone to life that is not maintainable. Okay, so winter really comes to wake us up. Winter really comes to awaken what we can maintain, and to awaken what things feel like when they're not easy. Okay, so humanity has an interesting connection with the theme of winter and the theme of ice, the theme of ice age, all of this, because humanity has survived these things before. So winter is also, it's not only a taking, frigid, painful energy, it's also an energy that can really commit itself to ingenuity and building and using intelligence to overcome some type of trial. This is also a very strong archetype that comes up during winter. And this ingenuity oftentimes does come through a healthy type of shadow journey. So humanity, through seeing like, oh my gosh, I don't have warm clothes. I'm very cold. Why didn't I give myself warm clothes? And then there's that realization like, okay, now it's time to acquire warm clothes for myself. Through seeing deprivation, through seeing lack, through seeing what we've put ourselves through, we can really hone into the winter energy and use our own ingenuity to really thrive a lot more and to survive. Not only surviving, but thriving is the key as we move into such a strong Capricorn time. The Jupiter in Capricorn video will be coming soon enough. Right around the time that Jupiter goes into Capricorn, I'll post that video. It's a big one for sure. And it's really going to lock in about a year period of winter type of energy. So even as we go through summer, even as we go through spring, of course we will have those seasonal effects, but there will be a tone of this wintry type of, you know, I've got to realize what's not good for me. I've got to realize that I can't have illusions of grandeur to fix that and take from myself to fix it, but nonetheless there are alterations that need to be done. This is very much the energy of Jupiter in Capricorn. And again, this isn't that video, but I will just go ahead and pre-warn you that, you know, spending every penny that you've saved to quote unquote fix something in your life is okay, but not great. Okay, so sometimes we have to see what beds we've made with these energies, especially with the energy of winter. Sometimes we have to accept and work with limitations and find ingenuity that embraces what we've needed to do in the past. So, yeah, this winter is going to be rough on people who won't allow themselves to be warm, rough on people who have cold hearts. So I think that we are all a little bit cold-hearted, actually, and people who are prone to this will be even more so as these transits come in over the next few years. And I would like to really invite you, as you're hearing this video, to warm up your heart a little bit and to warm up your space for how you hold the rest of humanity as well, how you relate to people from your past, how you relate even to people who have not necessarily been good to you. What an incredible time as we move into this winter, again, to warm yourself, to warm your heart, to warm your life, and to warm your experience. It's really beautiful to see some people not succumbing to coldness in irresponsible ways, because coldness is going to be all around until about March, really, even early April, guys. So this is a long winter. This is early November to early April, a very dense wintry type of energy coming in, and then again for all of 2020 and a bit of 2021. Up until about 2024, actually, there is a tone of winter. So I guess it's kind of Game of Thrones, isn't it? Like winter is coming type of thing. But it's not disastrous like that, but it is a similar type of idea where you can see, and probably, I think that all humans in a way have an instinctual feeling that something's coming on. Again, I see a lot of humans like squirrels hiding nuts right now. That's sort of what I see when I think of masses or collectives of humanity. And I'm proud. I'm actually proud to see that many humans are not being reckless or not putting their hands up in the air, saying, okay, nothing bad's going to happen, not covering their ears going, la, 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 I'm going to ignore the oncoming problem. people are really embracing a saving energy, which I'm very happy to use whatever little influence that I myself have to say, save your money right now, save your assets, save your time. It's not just about money, okay? Save your time. Do not commit too much time. Okay, because time and money operate through the same energy line. A lot of us don't know this. If we save time, we save money. If we give ourselves time, we get more money. It's really that simple. Save. Okay, save right now. You'll be so rewarded. If you could imagine yourself being a squirrel putting away nuts for the winter, that would be really good. Because it's going to be cold, and electricity bills will be high. Bills will be high. When we go into a major Capricorn time, things like taxes rise, bills become more expensive, clothes become more expensive. There tends to actually be a deflation. I'm not sure how this will necessarily work economically, but these are the energetic themes we're working with: deflation, recession, while things that are valuable do go up in value as well. So yeah, we want to really be prepared. And if you're feeling unprepared right now moving into winter, if you're feeling like you don't have that much, that's okay. There's still time. Truly, there's still time, and especially until about January, to curb it, to curb the spending, and to curb the way that we spend time. Really, it's even more of a time thing than it is money. But yeah, winter is all about learning those lessons, sometimes the hard way, and it can maybe be such a great feeling to overcome something not even in the easiest way right now. Like, it's rewarding, basically, is what I'm saying, to maybe go through something difficult or to get a big wake-up call, all right? And what I kind of love about the end of November is we do get like a warm respite. As you guys might have seen from my Venus-Jupiter video that's happening on November 24th, there is time there to just kind of, you know, actually cover your ears and go la 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 for a short period of time. And that time is really giving us an exit point to enjoy ourselves before we have to like get real with things and before we have to get in order, way more than we ever did in 2019. Even though 2019 as a pig year was also about collecting and organizing and seeing everything within its fullness, 2020, 21, and 22 intensify this bit by bit by bit by bit. And it really forges a new ability to not indebt ourselves into previous feudal situations. We're really trying to overcome this as humanity right now, and there are so many messages that are potent and clear and available to use this winter period of time to really do some good work in that, you know, part of our lives. You know, and on a more mundane note, there are just some great, like, small pleasures that are available during this winter. You know, having that nice warm cup of tea, you know, look by the fireplace, looking out the window while it snows. These are all things that are also available with a big Capricorn, you know, pressing type of energy, because this is a little bit traditional. So there can be a lot of benefits through introducing tradition in a new and healthy way. So traditional winter, traditional, you know, maybe wearing really warm, really nice clothes when you're out instead of, you know, being cold and freezing to death while you're out. There are such simple things that can really transform your energy here and now. As for the health in this winter, I hope that you can allow yourself to eat enough to be drinking liquids or drinking something that's detoxifying or something that is also helping your body to grow stronger, because that is another huge benefit of Capricorn energy, is the ability to have like a very strong body that prepares itself to go into older age. So the people who live the longest, the people who have oldest age and have the strongest bodies, tend to have a strong Capricorn emphasis in their chart. So it is a big part of Capricorn energy. Working on the health of your body will be one of the most rewarding things right now and over the next few years. And that could almost really start in this winter in a new, healthier way. As Jupiter passes its square angle to Neptune, our headspace should become healthier. As Uranus goes direct, as Neptune goes direct, our headspace should become much, much less expensive energetically. And so I might want you guys to affirm that, you know, if you're really feeling overtaken by your headspace, or if you're feeling like the mental game of everything is maybe most of the game, really affirm to yourself that starting in December especially, that's kind of becoming less of the case, and you can really take control in a healthy way of your own body. So Yeah, this winter is about making the body stronger. This winter is about making the inside of you healthier. This winter is about being warm, okay? And let me tell you, it's going to be cold outside. Again, I don't think that weather is maybe the best topic for me, but it is really interesting. Some astrologers, in fact, I know a certain astrologer in my personal life who does incredible weather work through astrology, and it's absolutely incredible to see. And I didn't realize this about astrology until this person was speaking to me about it, and I saw their work and their theories, and it was just incredible to see the effects of the planets and their signs and their positions in relationship to the Earth, and how this perhaps affects magnetically or electrically the weather patterns. It is very much a real thing, and with this logic, if you live in an area that is prone to being cold, so as long as you're a little bit away from the equator, expect the worst, basically. I don't mean to be pessimistic, but good to prepare and good to have things in order so that you're not caught off guard, because that is a potent difficulty of Capricorn energy, is sometimes being caught off guard by something really problematic. So as long as we're on guard and as long as we're prepared, Capricorn energy can be quite rewarding for us. So anyway, be sure to comment below what you like to do during winter. What does your winter spirituality look like? And it's a beautiful time to have a healthy shadow journey. So not a journey with the darkness, but a healthy shadow journey in this winter. That beautiful ability to see where you've taken from yourself and to start to make those changes, as this is the healthy version of shadow work, to see the shadow self operating, and to see, because as I talked about in this previous video, the subconscious and conscious minds are very close to each other in this paradigm, so they can really see each other in a way. So seeing how the subconscious self or the shadow self is kind of maybe needing difficulty or adrenaline to feel alive, and seeing how perhaps it can feel so much more alive just through true health and true body healthiness. Okay, so yeah, introduce those healthy foods, introduce those healthy sleeping habits, those healthy working habits, those healthy circadian rhythms, and watch how other things in your life that are big problem areas, so lack, debts, financial poverty, or problems with taxation, whatever it is, watch how those things start to naturally fix themselves up as the body heals and the vibrations and paradigms shift a bit into a nicer, more utopian territory. So yes, enjoy these shadow opportunities here. Again, healthy shadow, not darkness, but healthy shadow. And don't be afraid during this time, okay? Okay, that was one of the main purposes of my last video on the shadow self as well, is because we do not want to operate through fear right now. As again, Capricorn is like the devil energy sometimes, so fear can become just our biggest thing. So no fear. Learning to be fearless and learning to remember your sovereign power as a person, your sovereign power and control over your life, is such an incredible gain to have here. So anyway, as I was saying, I would love it if you guys would comment below, tell me what your winter spirituality looks like, tell me what your winter, even like mundane daily habits are like. I love to hear about this type of thing. Like, for me, I am kind of a late riser and a bit of a night owl, which I'm trying to work on. I am trying to overcome a coffee and caffeine addiction, and I'm trying to replace this with healthy, more herbal things. Being semi-successful, but not quite there yet. So that's a big thing for me. And yeah, if you would like a video about maybe other routine or mundane things, as this is also what Capricorn energy is about, I may try to do some of that type of thing soon or in the new year. As for me, this Capricorn stuff will be transiting my 6th house, so it's all about this mundane daily aspect for me. So let me know any of my other Leo rising people who are having Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter transit their 6th house. Like this video if you enjoyed it, comment below, and hit that subscribe button if you're new here. I would love to have you. I post new videos for sure every Friday, but I've really been posting frequently lately, as I've just had a lot to talk about. So thank you so much for being here. We'll be talking soon. Check the description box below for all those links. I love you guys. We will continue this later. Much love. Bye.